Good evening, folks. Ooh, that mud is deep. I'm doing a little river walking. I'm actually getting stuck in the mud. Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to reevaluate this because that mud is literally like 3 feet deep. Oh. I'm gonna lose my Crocs if I ain't careful. Okay. Well. If I can get this other foot up. Well, my Croc is in that hole somewhere. Let's get my Croc back right quick. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Note to self. It is way too muddy right there. Okay. That feels awesome. Well, I'm gonna walk down a little further. Oh, this feels great. My feet are sliding around my Crocs. All crazy like. Hopefully, we can find a spot that's not so muddy and cross the river. That's part of river walking though. You never know what kind of conditions you're going to be up against. This looks pretty good though. Oh yeah, that looks better. That's a rocky bottom, at least. Oh yeah. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna get my Crocs cleaned up. Get my hand cleaned up. Get my leg cleaned up. Okay. I'm gonna set the rods down over there. I'll come over here. Get these Crocs taken care of. Okay. Yeah, I was not expecting the mud to be so deep on that one spot. It literally, I sank to almost my knees. So that's at least 2 feet of mud. Ooh. Stay on this gravel bar right here. See plenty of deer tracks and stuff on that, so I know that mud is pretty stable. And the river bottom here is solid rock, so that's nice. I haven't been to this spot. Oh, it's been at least 2 years since I've been back on this part of the river, so I don't know. The Guadalupe River changes in this area a lot. You know, we can have a flood that will completely change how things are. We're in a little bit of a drought right now, so I don't know how that's affecting the river. So I brought the ultralight with me, 2-pound mono on a 1/32 ounce jig head with a Bobby Garland original baby shad. And I brought a light action rod, 8-pound braid, 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, and I've got a Helgamite, a Nico Helgamite 3-inch natural on a 1/20th ounce Z-Man shroom jig head. So I wanted to go real natural today because I'm fishing in some real clear water and just like a natural presentation. It's pretty shallow right here, but there might be a bass tucked up there. I might start taking my own advice one of these days and get back into doing some herping and stuff, because that's something I've been doing since I was a kid. I was always the kid flipping rocks over and rolling logs over looking for whatever snakes or other critters might be living underneath them. Plus that might make for some fun videos on the channel. This is, you know, the name is Joshua the Fisherman, and I've said this before, but this is my adventures in life on this channel. No, I'll always be rooted in fishing. That'll always be like the main adventures, but outdoor adventures in general. I had thought about calling the channel Joshua the Outdoorsman, but that just didn't seem me. I'm Joshua the Fisherman, who just happens to do all kinds of outdoor activities. Tell y'all, this water feels fantastic. And a cool thing about walking rock river bottoms in clear water is you never know what you're gonna find. I've found some neat things, fossils and cool shells and rocks. I know people who have found arrowheads doing this sort of thing. You know, you never know. A bunch of little bitty bass. I'm gonna try to catch one. Those are like true fingerling bass. And they're just stacked right there. And there's one. Look at the size of that little bass, folks. I mean, look at that little guy. You definitely need to get big, buddy. Well, there's a decent sized one over there. Better, well, decent size for this spot, but there's like 15 or 20 of these little bass just stacked up right here. Oh. I wish I would have brought my shades with me. You know, did I bring them? Oh, there's my little bass. I did not bring my shades. Come here, little dude. Look at the size of that little guy. You know, this is... Don't knock this kind of stuff, folks. This is fun. Go get big, buddy. You know? I'm probably not going to catch anything over a pound this whole fishing trip. But I'm sure going to catch a lot of fish. That's a pretty little bass right there. I want to catch him. That fish is beautiful. I'm going to pitch one more time over there because I don't want to miss out on the rest of the river. So I'm tied up in this little spot with all these little bass. Help if I could cast. Oh, I lied. I'm gonna cast one more time. Debating on. There's another one. Folks, it just doesn't get much funner than this. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, no, 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 no. Dang it. I really wanted to get a picture of that. That was a beautiful little Guadalupe bass. Okay, okay, okay. One more cast. One more cast over there. And it's not more than 6 inches deep over there, folks. If that even. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, look at that little bass. That's just a beautiful... No, 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 no. Quit, quit. That's just a beautiful little fish. All right, amigo. Go get bigger. Okay. The road goes on. I'll stand there till dark, catch every one of them little bass. Especially if I put a 1/64 ounce jig head and a smaller bait. They would not be able to resist it. Okay, deepens up a little bit right here. Alright. Make a couple of casts. There's a little fish. Another little bitty bass. Oh, quit that. I mean, teeny tiny, but tenacious as ever. Get big, buddy. I really wish I wouldn't have forgot my sunglasses. It'd help with the glare on the water a whole lot. But it is what it is. See, that's kind of a little bit of a deeper spot right there. Maybe there's something a little bigger hanging out in it. Like I always encourage y'all, get outside, folks. Out and explore your surroundings and get to know the area you live in. If you don't know the area you live in, learn it. Because I wouldn't call myself a doomsday prepper, you know, but I'm a realist. And if things ever do go sideways, economy crashes or anything like that, it'll be pretty good to know your local wildlife areas, your river, you know, just so if you ever got to go get out in it, you're not getting out in it and learning it as you go. Like I said, I'm not a doomsday prepper. I'm a realist. I mean, I guess if you broke it down, I kind of am a doomsday prepper. I have a go bag, and I've spent a good number of years kind of learning skill sets that would be helpful in a situation like that. But I'm not constantly just thinking about the end of the world and living in fear of it. Yeah, this is much shallower than I was anticipating. This used to all be underwater last time I was out here. There was a fish on the end of that line, and then I lost him. Little bitty bass are hitting it. See, this used to be an old bridge right here. At some point there was a road over this. Wonder how long ago that was. A lot of little bass just went all the way over there. Here's the rest of that bridge, or some of it anyways. Oh, as soon as that hit the water, a fish had it. This would be pretty fun to come fly fish back here. There's a fish. Oh, he went a little... Hey, that's the biggest bass I've caught so far down here. Quit that, you're done. Quit it. There we go. Not a bad little bass. Pretty fish. Get big, buddy. Oh. Little bitty ribbon snake. Funny that you talked about, I was talking about herping earlier. Little bitty ribbon snake. Oh, I'll leave you alone. Yeah, they stepped on that little booger. There's a little ribbon snake. They're a pretty common resident along the Guadalupe River. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and cross the river, but to do that, I definitely have to get my tackle bag and everything else way up higher. Okay. Folks, hopefully I don't find a hole, deep. Oh no, it gets deeper. It most definitely gets deeper. There's a rock. Okay, I'm on a rock. Okay. This is some real river ratting right here, folks. I'm chest deep in the water. Oh, there we go. All right. I crossed the river. I'm now out of the chest deep section. It was a little hairy. I couldn't see where I was going. And I did not want to find a hole that was like 8 foot deep the hard way. That would have really sucked. I was not prepared to go full-blown swimming, and of course I get right up here and it gets shallow again. If I would have only waited. Such is fishing, though. That's how it goes. Well, if you're traipsing down a river, that's how fishing goes. Alright, had to change the GoPro battery. What I was saying before the GoPro died was it kind of turned this fishing trip into a walk and talk river edition since I've been doing so much walking in it. And I was trying to think of something I've learned recently or anything like that to share with y'all, and I remembered that I learned a pretty good lesson on worship, as in praise and worship, like singing. And I had started going to this church a while back, and one thing that stuck out was like their praise and worship section, you know, where they're singing, lasted so long. You know, and it just wasn't really my style, because I've always kind of been the type of person, if I'm gonna go to church, I want to go for a message, I want to learn something. And I had actually been talking to a buddy of mine, and I was like, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna keep going to that church, because of just wasn't really feeling the long praise and worships. And then the next day I went to Bible study at that church, and a lady explained why the worship service is so, you know, why the worship part is so long. And it all kind of clicked, and basically she said, you know, it's preparing the heart for the message, you know, it's softening the ground. And it kind of hit me pretty hard, and I was like, oh wow, you know, I get it. You know, I understand it now. That makes some sense. And ever since that moment, I've really started enjoying the praise and worship segment at that church. So that's kind of an interesting thing I had happen. Share with y'all. I actually won a sizable bass. Oh, there we go. That's not a bad fish. That's not a bad bass at all. Look at him. Not a bad little skinny water bass. He wanted that helper mite too. That's the biggest bass I've caught so far. Yeah, nice little bass. He put up a good fight too. He's all mad. Look at him, he's all mad. Got his mouth all wide open. Big old head on that sucker. get big, buddy. Well, let's see if you had any friends over there, shall we? I wasn't expecting that when I set the hook. That was like setting the hook into a barn door almost. Especially for a 1.5 feet of water. I can't get over the attitude that little bass had. That was an ornery fish. No, that's a little fish. He ain't too little though. That's a pretty Guadalupe bass. Look at that fish, folks. Oh, yeah, he stuck the hook in my chest. That's fine. That is a beautiful little Guadalupe bass. Get big, buddy. I would walk across right there, but I know that that is muck, and I will sink. Oh, something killed a soft shell. That's a bummer. I will ask if there's anybody watching this that can recommend a good, durable, protective water shoe. I need something better than these Crocs. I need something that hugs my foot well and it's just waterproof, like in the sense that it's not going to fall apart. Because I used to just use old tennis shoes, but they fall apart so quick. Y'all are getting a river walk and a woods walk all in one video today. I love doing this kind of stuff though. This is right up my alley right here. This is fun. This is hands down way cooler than sitting in front of a TV. Get out, son. Sorry, I'm blocking y'all's view. I used to walk this a lot back here. And, well, that was in a different time in my life. Used to walk this area a lot with a woman I was engaged to. And we're not together anymore. And I kind of avoided going to our old stomping grounds. Just because, well, there's a fox. Little gray fox. I don't know if y'all got to see him on the camera or not. what I was saying is, for those of you who've gone through separation or a breakup, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about when you don't want to, there's certain things y'all did together that you don't really want to do after a breakup. And Woods walks along this section of river were a common thing for us, but can't not do the things that I enjoy just because of that. It's part of life. Everything has a season. Fox is probably thinking, man, that dude is making a lot of noise. There's a hawk making a bunch of noise too. That's a creepy looking little skull. I don't know what that is. Kind of hard to do an identification on it when there's not much to identify. Oh yeah, that hawk's making all kinds of noise. See, I like doing stuff like this, and it's always been like a fantasy dream of mine to go do something like this. I want to go walk in the jungles of South America. I'd love to go fish the Amazon one day. That's like on my bucket list. And I want to go fish the Congo and the Nile. Those are like my 3 dream locations to go fish. I would love that. I gotta figure out how I can make that happen. And if I ever do, I guarantee y'all folks, I'll take y'all along. That would be some awesome videos. Go ultralight fish the Congo, the Amazon, and the Nile. New goal in life, potentially? I would take other tackle with me, of course. That would be up to par with the monstrous fish that swim in those rivers. But I would also, you know for a fact, I'd have to take at least one ultralight rig. You know me and my mad obsession with 2-pound mono and pushing it to its limits. See, it's a real shame because the river's right there, but there's just no good spots to get to it from the bank right here. And how can you not want to be out and exploring places like this? How pretty this is. Fun fact, half a lifetime ago, well, I say half a lifetime ago, at least 5 years ago, I found my first axis shed right here. I'm pretty sure it was laying right there by that tree. The spot I'm making my way to, caught a handful of bass in the past at it. One white bass and numerous different bluegill species. There's a deer up there looking at me. Alright folks, I'm back. Had some kinfolk call me. Got to FaceTime with my Uncle Charlie for a little bit. It's always nice to hear from folk. I'm just still walking down the river. Pretty soon I'll be making my way about 120 yards that way is a walk trail, and that's gonna be how I get back to where I parked. It's gonna be a much quicker route, and plus if I fish till it gets dark, I can walk that in the dark no problemo. I ain't gotta worry about tripping over nothing. You know, it's not like I'll be hoofing it through the woods in the dark, which I keep catching rocks. It's making me angry because I know there's got to be at least one. Whee, that was a big rock. Got to be coming up on a spot that's got at least one decent bass stuck in it. Oh, yeah, that's a big old rock. I'm not surprised at all that I caught that rock. Ooh. See, I've fished this spot before, but from that bank over there. I've never come at it from this way. Ooh, this looks fishy, folks. This absolutely looks fishy. I like it. I like it a lot. Kept it super shallow. I don't like that. I want it to be deeper. That pool is still holding water pretty good. There's a deep hole right up here in front of me. We might actually get on some fish right here, folks. We might actually. There's a fish. Oh, it's not a bad fish either. Oh, look at that Guadalupe bass. Well, that's... Is that a guad or a... Yeah, it's... Well, I don't know if that's a guad or a spot. Or a hybrid. Fish wasn't gonna go nowhere though. We got that jig head right in the roof of the mouth. A sweet spot. Get that out of there for you. Wait. Oh, that's just a tank of a little fish right there. Get a picture of him. Alright. I want to see if he has a tooth patch on the back of his tongue. He does. Okay. He's got a tooth patch on the back of his tongue. Go get big, buddy. That's what I'm looking for, folks. It's a bass. There's another one. Oh, that's a better fish. That is a better fish. That is a much better fish. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's the biggest fish of the day so far. Oh, that's a tank. That is a tank. Oh, he wants to throw that bait too. No, sir. No, sir. Wow. That's a healthy fish right there, folks. That is a healthy bass for sure. You wanted that Helgermite. He was hooked pretty good too. He wasn't going to go nowhere. See, he's got a little bit of a rough patch on the back of his tongue too. Yeah. That's a quality fish right there. Look. Look how dense that bass is. He's a little football. Little football for sure. I say little football, he's a football. Get big, buddy. Don't swim that way, it's shallow that way. Go the other way. No. Ow. Go that way. There you go. He'll find his way. Yeah, he's gonna find his way. He's heading back towards the deep spot where I caught him. Oof. There's a whole lot of walking today. And the fishing's finally turning on at this little spot at the end of the walk. I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. He finned me good when I was trying to get him out of that shallow water. Well, let's see if there's another one over there, shall we? Yep, there's another one. Folks, this Nico Helgermite is just on fire. That is a beautiful little fish right there, I tell you. Look at that bass. Absolutely beautiful. He's hooked too. I pierced his nose. Not a big one, but I'll take him. Get big, buddy. Yeah, I'm glad I walked all the way back to this spot. I'll put it right back over there and see what happens. Oh, that one turned it loose. He was there for a second. Yep, that Nico Helgermite is doing the trick. And I got it on a 1/20th ounce Z-Man shroom head. That's what I've got it paired with. And it's doing the trick. Bite right there. There he is. Came back for it. He hit it once and came back. That's not a bad bass either. Quit that. You're caught. Caught good too, buddy. There we go. Yeah, another little chunk. Picture him too. Get big, buddy. He's off like a rocket. Let's cast over there, somewhere I haven't cast yet, and see. Folks, it's absolutely just beautiful. Trees are gold in the last light of the sun this evening. Oh, missed that one. Missed that one real good. I tell you, I've been fishing this Nico Helgermite on my last couple of trips out, 3 trips out on the river. Haven't taken it off. And I've caught probably 20 fish on it now. And it's still just holding strong. Like, this bait it don't come off the hook. I don't know what they make these things out of, these Nico Helgermites, but it's good stuff. I want to try to get it down in that little wee. Gotta remember, I got my phone in my pocket. I don't want to get it wet. Let's see if anything's hanging out up in there. little whatever that was. Thumped. Ooh, I got a good feeling about that spot. A little perch grabbed it. Oh, that's not a perch, I don't think. Nope, that's not a perch. That little bass. Not a bad bass either. That's a pretty Guadalupe bass right there. That's a beautiful Guadalupe bass. Look at that fish, folks. Look at him, he got that right in the roof of the mouth. That's where you want to hook them. I tell you, these fish are healthy that I'm catching right here. They're very broad, good, healthy fish. You don't want to be held on to. Wow, that is such a beautiful fish. I can't help it, folks. I ooh and ah over fish like crazy. Get big, buddy. I am gonna call it. It has been a fantastic afternoon on the Guadalupe River. I walked a good long section of river. How many times can I say river? We'll see. But now I'm gonna make my way back down where I have my light rod laying up against the bank. And then I'm gonna make my way through the woods to the walk trail and make the long walk back where my car's parked. Probably about a mile. Yeah, actually that sounds about right. It's about a mile back to where I parked. But folks, I mean, if you've got a river system anywhere near you, go out and get on it. I mean, this is just the best. Getting out here, getting in the refreshing water, walking through God's creation, catching fish, getting fresh air. It doesn't get any better than this, I'm telling you. If you're not an outdoor person, if you're not an outdoor person, become one. I mean it. It's good for us. It's good to be outside. The human body does well outside. All right. Y'all are probably tired of looking at my mug, so I'll go back to the forehead point of view. I'm gonna find a spot to get out of the water here. This looks like a suitable one. Kinda. Alright. And don't be scared to do stuff like this, folks. It's living. Blazing trails. Can't do anything like this sitting on your couch, I assure you. We're gonna go this way. Path of least resistance. Look at here. Get through right here. Starts to clear out a little bit. There's a egret. A bunch of egrets. I don't know how well those came into frame. I know if I go down this way a little bit, it'll save me from having to walk through all that muck. Oh. So, caught a handful of bass, saw a fox, saw a couple of catfish, but didn't manage to get a chance at catching them. Seen some axis and whitetail. It was a good afternoon. Now I'm gonna have to put up with squeaky Crocs for a while. And I'm out of the woods and on the floodplain. At one point, I don't know how long ago, the Guadalupe River flowed through here. Now it just flows through here during a flood. But at some point, this was a bigger river, I think. Could be wrong. That's just a thought. Now, once I get up to the sidewalk, I am going to have to get all the rocks out of my Crocs, because there's no point in doing it right now, because I'm just going to get more in there. Whew. I'm just glad it's not broiling hot. It's finally starting to cool off here in Texas. At least a little bit. Do have to watch out for cactus. And there's the walk trail. Get the rocks out of the Crocs. And now the mile walk all the way back to where I'm parked. Well, folks,